Okay, so the left-hand one was your before. You can see there with your left hand, it's sort of off the side. The thumb, as we said, is down the middle of the grip there, in that kind of weaker grip position. So when you come back to kind of a more natural arm hang, your club face now will be aiming out to the right.
Yeah.
What you then did to fix that, you got the club face back to the ball square, as at the sacrifice of distance, because you're in the golf ball now with your hands behind the golf ball, scoop it up in the air. You often top it or thin it, as this ball is going very, very low. Yeah. To try and get the ball underneath and so hit it up in the air and keeping your head down, as you said. All right, so it might go straighter, but you're losing distance all over the place. Okay, so what we've got to try and do is get your grip in a position where you can return the hands back to the ball slightly ahead, get the correct loft on the golf club with at the same time a square club face. So we look at the left hand position there now. That grip, if we go back to that one, is very much turned round. But it's still the same feeling on the club up here. We just turned your body. So you're actually not turning the forearms and rolling the hands. It's still in some ways the same feeling of the grip. So we start off with it just a bit less further forward. That was probably a bit far forward, but where you were there was good. What we want to do is, I say, start off, lift it up, twist it to 11. Start at 11 o'clock, put it down. If it goes well, happy days. If it still keeps going left to right, go 10 o'clock. Just doesn't matter what you do. What a lot of people do when they first do this, they lift the club up and drop it down, and they sort of re-grip the club in their hand because it feels a bit strange, and they tend to revert back to their old grip because that's still what feels comfortable in that position there, okay? So it will take a bit of practice. I would say in front of a mirror at home, just get used to how that looks. Give yourself some sort of visual checkpoints looking down here. The edge of your left hand is going to be on the inside of your foot there. You can see there's probably going to be 2 or 3 knuckles there of your left hand visible. Your logo on the glove is a lot more visible, as we can see. So that's going to be more, I mean, I can see it right now, so you can see that's how much you've turned your hand round. So once that hand's in a better position, then you effectively make your normal swing. So nothing's changing in the swing, but you're able to come back to the golf ball here now. As you're at the golf ball, there you go, there's impact. Look where your hands are. Your hands are now forward of the golf ball, hence why it's gone 20, 30 yards further. And eventually, when you see a ball curving more right to left, then you can go, actually, I can now start moving my body this way. I can start moving the hands in front. I can start changing the path because you don't want to be hitting the ball to the left. You want the ball straight. And eventually, we want to get to the point where, as we said, you're at the moment hitting the golf ball away from where you don't want to go. You kind of know the ball's going to go to the right with some way, means or another, okay? Whether it spins to the right or just goes straight right. And you fix that by adjusting your body, adjusting your hand position. Yes, it went straighter, but as we said before, sacrifice at distance, and it's only so far you get in the golf ball, then you can't get on a golf course in less, and that's where you've capped at, say, 115, 120. When you're hitting the ball higher scores, you would probably hit the ball not as good anyway, but then your short game gets a bit better, your putting gets a bit better, you save a few shots here and there, and then before you know it, now you're breaking at 115, 120, but then trying to get under that, either your short game's going to get really good, or we've got to try to hit the ball further than we are now. So getting that stronger grip, but not by changing the hands on the club, you're just lifting the club up and moving the club. And I would suggest if you can do this, again, twice, 2 or 3 times a day for a couple of minutes, just put the phone on the floor in front of a mirror, get yourself looking, and I'll send this video through to you so we can now remember what this looks like. If we put that position there now, lowercase y setup, as we can see, so you're creating those angles there now. The logo on your left hand is much more visible, and once you get used to what it looks like, rather than doing all this jazzy stuff up here on the golf course, you'll put the club down behind the ball and go, okay, and you'll just set up to it. So you'll know what it looks like and how it feels. You won't feel conscious about doing some sort of like really weird thing that's going to be, what are you doing that for? Come on, and then not do it at all. So you've got to get practicing that movement in case it gets right. If you want to send some vids or pictures when you're at home, just check it out, say, am I doing the correct position? Like I say, I'll send this through anyway, so you'll have that view of, you can sort of screenshot that and just sort of put that there and go, am I up in the same spot? Take a photograph yourself and just compare the two side by side. If you're not sure, send them through to me, say, spot the difference. Then are they good or not? I can go, well, actually, that's good, but what you've done here now, for some reason, you've flared that photo. I don't know. You might do some random things. We all have our odd ways of doing things, all right? But getting yourself in that position up here, turn, drop down, tilt, and then when you're swinging the club, for the most part now, just swing normal. Your swing's decent, to be fair, but I think over time, what we'll eventually see, if your hands start hanging back a little bit, the ball will start going a bit further to the left. Then you can start moving and changing. I think you'll just evolve that yourself. We saw on the video here how your club came back more hands in front. We haven't said anything about doing that yet, but you've just kind of done it. So golf swings are going to kind of react and instinctively sort of change rather than you overthinking it. You've got one purposeful thought to get right. Get the setup correct with the grip, and then there's the ball. Focus on that ball. Just give them a whack,
Okay.
Okay, good. Have a few more then, okay?